from one end of heaven to the other. I would just say, emphasize the words, from one end of heaven to another. This is the big picture, friends. Christina?
This is true. I mean, we don't know what the trumpet call is. We don't even know if we'll be able to hear it because we are, after all, human. But no, when the time comes, I think those of us here on this planet, our souls will know. Our souls will understand. This is it. It's over. So don't run around in a panic now. Be prepared. Get prepared. And figure out, like we've been saying, who it is or what it is you want to be and where and what you want around you when the time comes. And even if you can't be around your child at the time's end, know enough to know that you've told your child multiple times, I love you, I'm there for you, I will always be there for you. And not just in word, but in action and deed. Your child will be safe knowing I'm going to meet up with my parents in the end. Because I know they love me, even though they're not by my side and I'm afraid right now. They'll be there.
I'd like to give Christina the award of the week for the best line of the week. You may not know that you're hearing it. That's so true. People always expect an objective state of being where everyone hears the same thing. I don't think Jesus is saying that because he's talking to the elect, to the saved, to the damned, to everybody. So what you hear and perceive may be very different from others. So, thank you, Christina, for the line of the week.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, well, let's move on. From the fig tree, learn its lesson. As soon as its branches become tender and put out its leaves, you know that summer is near. So also, when you see all these things, you know that he is near at the very gates. Truly, I say to you, this generation will not pass away until all these things take place. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away. Let me say something I think I just believe is so true and so righteous. When Jesus created, he spoke these words. He didn't do that for effect. It wasn't to impress. But in those words was the reality of what he was creating. That's why God's words are God's words. We can all talk, but when your words carry, and for some people at some times, not all the time, but they carry a little more than just themselves. They carry you. It's like I always say, friends. I always say, when you get that card in the mail at Christmas, everyone reads the beautiful Hallmark words, but it's the little note that you cling on to. It's the same here. You will hear the Lord and how you have a relationship with him. And that's all that's important. Christina, anything?
No, this is true. Because heaven and earth will pass away. It's your words and what you've said to each other that we hold on to for eternity. Some words aren't nice. Some words were cruel. And unfortunately, those don't pass. But you hold on to the ones, or you try to say the ones that mean the most, and you try to fix it before the end comes. You know, don't let that be your last word to someone, or your last action to someone that you think you care about, or you had feelings for, and they no longer have feelings for you, or maybe they just never liked you. But at least be honest, be truthful, and tell them. You know, don't lead them astray. If you don't like someone, tell them straight out. I don't like you and I don't want to be around you, and being around you causes me stress and anger and pain. Say it so that the person who's with you can move on and heal and recover from it, and you can heal and recover from it. Because that is true love. Next.
But concerning that day and hour, no one knows, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but the Father only. For as were in the days of Noah, so will be the coming of the Son of Man. For as in these days before the flood, in those days before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day when Noah entered the ark. And they were unaware until the flood came and swept them all away. So will be the coming of the Son of Man. Then 2 men will be in the field. One will be taken and one left. 2 women will be grinding in the mill. One will be taken and one left. Therefore, stay awake, for you do not know on what day your Lord is coming. But know this, that if the master of the house had known in what part of the night the thief was coming, he would have stayed awake and would not have let his house be broken into. Therefore you also must be ready, for the Son of Man is coming at an hour you do not expect. Who then is the faithful and wise servant, whom his master has set over his household, to take them their food at the proper time? Blessed is that servant whom his master will find doing when he comes. Truly I say to you, he will set him over all his possessions. But that wicked servant says to himself, my master is delayed, and begin to beat his fellow servants, and eat and drink with drunkards. The master of that servant will come on a day when he does not expect him, and at the hour he does not know, and will cut him in pieces and put him with the hypocrites. In that place there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. I believe this is self-explanatory. It follows the theme